Scene script. Have you ever wondered how ancient Egypt, one of the most influential civilizations in history, began? Picture a time around 5,000 years ago, when the world as we know it was just starting to take shape. The seeds of a civilization were being sown along the fertile banks of a majestic river, the Nile. This was the dawn of ancient Egypt, a civilization that would intrigue and bewilder historians and archaeologists for centuries to come. The year was around 3100 BC when the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt took place under one ruler, King Menes. This was a pivotal moment in the annals of history, marking the establishment of the first dynasty in Egypt. King Menes, often identified as the legendary pharaoh Narmer, was a visionary leader whose reign set the foundation of a civilization that would stand the test of time. With the unification, the capital was established at Memphis, a city strategically located at the junction of Upper and Lower Egypt. This thriving city became the political and cultural hub of ancient Egypt, a testament to King Menes's foresight and strategic acumen. But what truly made this civilization flourish? The answer lies in the life-giving waters of the Nile River. The Nile, with its predictable flooding, provided the Egyptians with fertile soil, making agriculture the backbone of their economy. The river served as a highway for transportation, connecting different parts of the kingdom and facilitating trade. From wheat and barley to papyrus and linen, the Nile's bounty was instrumental in the rise of this ancient civilization. The importance of the Nile goes beyond mere sustenance. It was deeply intertwined with their religious beliefs and cultural practices too. The river was revered as a deity, and its rhythms were mirrored in the Egyptians' concept of life, death, and rebirth. Thus, with the reign of King Menes and the unification of Egypt, the stage was set for a civilization that would leave an indelible mark on history. This was the dawn of a civilization that would give us monumental pyramids, intricate hieroglyphs, and a wealth of knowledge about life and death, making us forever captivated by the mystique of ancient Egypt. Imagine a world where gigantic structures were built without the use of modern technology. Welcome to the age of pyramids. Let's take a step back in time, more than 4,000 years to the Old Kingdom period. From 2686 to 2181 BC, Egypt reached a pinnacle of architectural achievement. This era, my friends, was characterized by pyramid building, a testament to the grandeur of the pharaohs and their quest for immortality. Now you may wonder, why pyramids? Well, these grand structures were not just a show of power or wealth. They were tombs for pharaohs, a final resting place designed to protect the king's body and his possessions, ensuring his journey to the afterlife was well-equipped. Let's talk about the first monumental stone building in the world, the step pyramid built for Pharaoh Djoser. Designed by the visionary architect Imhotep, this six-tiered, four-sided structure was a revolutionary concept. It began as a traditional flat-roof tomb called a mastaba, but ambition and innovation transformed it into a unique pyramid, setting a new standard for royal tombs. And who could forget the Great Pyramids of Giza? These iconic structures are a testament to the architectural genius of the ancient Egyptians. The largest, the Great Pyramid, was built for Pharaoh Khufu. It was constructed from over 2 million blocks of stone, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. Its construction remains one of the greatest mysteries of human history, a puzzle that continues to baffle experts to this day. The pyramids were more than just architectural marvels. They were a link between the mortal world and the divine, a stairway to eternity for the pharaohs. Their construction was a monumental task, demanding immense resources, labor, and organization. In their quest for immortality, the pharaohs of the Old Kingdom left behind architectural wonders that still captivate us today. But what happened when the pyramid era ended? Let's delve into the Middle and New Kingdoms. Our journey takes us to the Middle Kingdom, which spanned from around 2050 to 1650 BC. This was a time of political stability and prosperity, a period that saw an incredible resurgence in art, literature, and architectural developments. The Middle Kingdom was marked by a centralized bureaucratic power and a revival of the pyramid-building culture, but with a twist. Instead of the grand pyramids of Giza, the rulers of this era opted for smaller, more practical structures. But as we transition from the Middle Kingdom, we find ourselves in the era of the New Kingdom, which lasted from around 1550 to 1070 BC. This was a time of empire expansion, a time when Egypt became one of the most powerful nations in the Near East, Africa, and the Mediterranean. We can't talk about the New Kingdom without mentioning some of its most famous pharaohs. Hatshepsut, the queen who became a king, was one of the most successful pharaohs, known for her peaceful reign and impressive building projects. Then there was Akhenaten, the heretic king, who upended traditional Egyptian religion by introducing monotheism. But perhaps the most famous of all was the boy king, Tutankhamun. His reign was relatively insignificant, but his tomb, discovered nearly intact in the early 20th century, provided an unprecedented insight into royal burial practices and life in the New Kingdom. And let's not forget Ramesses II, the great builder pharaoh, whose reign lasted an incredible 66 years. One notable shift during the New Kingdom was the move from pyramids to hidden tombs in the Valley of the Kings. This was done to deter tomb robbers and preserve the sanctity of the pharaoh's final resting place. From powerful queens to boy kings, the Middle and New Kingdoms were a time of dynamic change and compelling personalities. All good things must come to an end. So too did ancient Egypt. As the sun set on the New Kingdom, the late period of ancient Egypt began, spanning from 664 to 332 BC. This era was marked by a series of invasions that slowly whittled away at Egypt's power and prestige. The first of these threats came from the Persians. Under the command of Cambyses II, they invaded Egypt in 525 BC, marking the beginning of Egypt's subjugation under foreign powers. The Persians ruled with an iron fist, imposing their customs and traditions onto the Egyptian people. This was a stark contrast to the Egyptians' rich cultural heritage, causing discontent and unrest among the populace. However, the Persians' rule was short-lived. In 332 BC, a young Macedonian conqueror named Alexander the Great swept through Egypt, liberating it from Persian rule. The Egyptians, weary of their Persian overlords, welcomed Alexander with open arms, even proclaiming him a pharaoh. Alexander's death a few years later led to the establishment of the Ptolemaic dynasty by one of his generals, Ptolemy Soter. This Greek dynasty ruled Egypt for nearly 3 centuries, blending Greek and Egyptian cultures in a unique synthesis. The most famous of the Ptolemies, Cleopatra VII, is still remembered today for her intelligence, charisma, and political acumen. Yet Cleopatra's reign was fraught with political turmoil. Her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, 2 of Rome's most powerful men, turned Egypt into a pawn in Rome's internal power struggles. Following Cleopatra's death in 30 BC, Egypt was annexed by the Roman Empire, marking the end of independent rule in Egypt for the next several centuries. In the face of foreign invasions and internal strife, the splendor of ancient Egypt slowly faded away, but its legacy lives on. The pyramids, temples, and hieroglyphs of ancient Egypt continue to captivate us, reminding us of a civilization that once stood as a beacon of human achievement. Despite its decline, why does ancient Egypt continue to fascinate us? This question lingers in our minds as we delve into the legacy left behind by this incredible civilization. Ancient Egypt's influence permeates various aspects of our lives, from art and architecture to religion and governance. Take, for instance, the realm of art. The distinctive style of Egyptian art, marked by its symbolic color usage, proportional rules, and hieroglyphic narratives, has inspired countless artists and movements throughout history. From the Renaissance to the Art Deco movement, echoes of Egyptian influence can be traced. In the sphere of architecture, the monumental pyramids, temples, and obelisks of ancient Egypt have stood the test of time, their grandeur undiminished. These structures have served as blueprints, influencing architectural designs across the globe. The Washington Monument in the United States, for example, is an obelisk, a shape deeply associated with ancient Egypt. The civilization's religion, with its pantheon of deities and intricate rituals, has also left an indelible mark. Its concepts of afterlife and divine kingship have influenced many major religions and philosophies. On the governance front, The pharaohs' centralized authority and bureaucratic systems set a precedent for structured governance, a model that continues to shape societies today. A significant breakthrough in our understanding of ancient Egypt came with the deciphering of hieroglyphics with the Rosetta Stone. This discovery opened up the study of ancient Egypt, shedding light on its culture, beliefs, and practices. And the revelations continue. Ongoing archaeological discoveries are unearthing more about this remarkable civilization, adding to our collective fascination. Recent findings, for instance, include untouched tombs, cities lost in time, and artifacts that provide intriguing glimpses into the lives of the ancient Egyptians. Though ancient Egypt has long since passed into the annals of history, its grandeur and mystery continue to captivate the human imagination. Its legacy is a testament to human ingenuity and the allure of the unknown. As we continue to explore